Hey guys, it's Amber, and welcome to day 14 of my December daily. So I am telling stories of a holiday work party. So I'm working on the back of day 13. So I'm going to have a full-size photo of everybody here, and then this awesome pattern paper here of all the tags. So I've been playing around a little bit. I think I'm going to be using 5 photos that I trimmed to the size of the tags. There's only 3 full size here, and I was debating if I was going to use these vellum tags or not. I don't think I'm going to. I did think about it. I don't love
I'm not sure I understand.
Sorry about my watch. I don't think I love the bright gold against this really beautiful gold here. I need to cut everything out and then layer and see. Right now I'm leaning towards not using any of the tags. They are really cute, but I think it would look really busy if I did do that. I had pulled aside this Gather Together 4x4 card from the main kit. I think I'm going to layer that one here as a secondary kind of title. I think this one will work well because I am planning to punch holes in all of these using these as a guide. So the hole would be punched here and then it would be cut off here. So I think that that would really work, and it just needs a little bit of, I think I might be able to use that for like a teeny bit of journaling potentially, right along the edge of the tag there. Gives me about 1/2 inch. So right now I have that guy layered there. And then I'm thinking about using these Color Cast Design wood veneers, and I think I want to emboss them, and I'm considering them in 2 places. Sorry if you hear my cat yelling in the background. I'm thinking about putting them either right here on the edge of the paper and cutting it off like that, and I'm going to use my black sparkle Ranger embossing powder. Just it would have add a little bit of shimmer, so it would be cut off a little bit right there. I also considered doing them down here, where you'd see the 4 fully, and then the 1 would be cut off kind of instead. But I think I'm leaning more towards this pocket here. Not pocket, but tag area. So I originally had planned about maybe trying to put this Celebrate sticker here. This was from the Advent kit, and I thought it would fit in really well there. But I really wanted to be able to add another photo. So, like I said, I really need to get everything out of the cut out so I can lay it down and see what it looks like. Something got on my paper there. And then I can maybe make a final decision. I also pulled out this little plastic phrase from the Stories of Christmas Past kit. It says, "Let's party." I'm not sure exactly where it's going to go yet. I might layer it on one of the photos. You know, I can just staple it on there. It's dark, so it won't really work well as like a secondary title. And this is going to be black, so I can't really layer it on here. So I'm still figuring out where I'm going to put that exactly. And then I did pull out the chipboard pieces from the Paisley Press kit, and I thought about either the Eat, Drink, and Be Merry or potentially the Holiday Cheer might work well in one of these spaces. So I'm going to just pretty much get started cutting and embossing. That way I can see where these things are going to go. And then the other cool thing that I got recently, and I haven't used it yet, I need to open it, is I got this embossing dabber from Ranger for when I do pieces like these wood veneers, so I don't have to try to push them onto my ink pad. I can hopefully just dab right onto there instead, so I'm hoping it will work well. And I did actually consider embossing in gold, but I think that I'm going to like having a 3rd black item. So we'll see. And if I decide not to go with those numbers, which is possible, and use the Celebrate sticker instead, I'm having trouble getting this off here. I need to go down that sideways. Then I might, because I have tons of room on the I have tons of room on the photo. I could go with a different number and put something else on the photo instead. The holes will be here. So like I wouldn't really be able to tuck the number into here, but I could put something smaller. So we'll just figure out what's going on. I kind of like the idea of them tucked into the one of these tag shapes somewhere. So let's get started. Okay, so step one was getting the photos trimmed out so I could kind of see where I wanted to position them. For the most part, I had an idea of where I wanted them to go because I needed to pick ones that could be cut off or position them to go vertically or sideways or whatever. So the bottom two there, I was happy with the way that they looked trimmed because I had one of myself, but it looked, could easily be trimmed off. And then one was of the ceiling. We were at a bar. I had like a bunch of beer boxes and lights and ornaments hanging. It was pretty cool. But either way, like I said, I needed these to be trimmed so I could visualize and see how things were going to look. So I was able to pull out this chipboard piece, and I had it in that spot on the Joy tag for a while before realizing that I was going to eventually put it on the Gather tag, which I am trimming out now. I use these vellum tags as my template for all of the trimming, and that worked really well. So I originally just cut them down into the rectangular size, and then I one by one trimmed them all into the tag size, punched the holes individually, and I ended up trimming them so that they would fit just inside the gold frames. I wanted them to be visible. So I did temporarily play around with maybe layering the vellum tags on top. I wanted to see what that looked like, but I ended up not going with that. So here I'm finally getting to embossing the numbers. I was playing with that embossing dabber. I did really like it. It actually took a while to get it to start, and it didn't really flood the whole top. Maybe you can see it there. It only kind of flooded in the middle, so I need to kind of play with it a little bit more, but it worked great. You didn't have to try to push it down onto an ink pad and then pick it up and get it all over your fingers or like mess it up. So it worked pretty well. So you can see there I'm just putting the embossing powder on and then working on the number 4. And I don't know if maybe I over inked or how much you would really need, but I wanted it to be really nice and thick so that it would have a good coating. And so I'm just taking my time and making sure it had plenty of the sticky material on there so that the embossing powder would really stick. So kind of spread it over there twice to make sure it had as good a coverage as possible. One thing a lot of people don't know is you can do embossing powder multiple times. I didn't feel the need to reheat over and over. I felt like I had a really good melt and coverage, but overall I was really happy. So once that was all ready to go, I got the heating tool. I kind of warmed it up off the side there, and then these melted really fast. It's so satisfying. Just use that metal tool there to kind of help hold it from sliding around, because the wooden pieces are very lightweight, but yeah, they melted really fast, and love the way that they came out. It looks super cool. So next step here is just continuing to build. I decided to add some more of this star transparency. I realize I've now done it 3 layouts in a row, but it's right on my desk and it's working really well for what I need. So I also had this bit of scrap paper from a project that I worked on in the beginning. So it's the Ho 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 patterned paper that I printed on Epsom Premium. I think I have the premium. Yeah, the premium presentation paper. So it was the perfect size. It was like a 3x4 leftover to trim into one of the tag shapes and then help spread around the layout to help move your eye around the page and fill in. It was the perfect color and a little bit of a busy pattern. And we also did our Secret Santa this day, so it kind of worked out perfectly. So off camera, I had built a ton of this, popped a lot of these tags up on pop dots or really foam tape, glued down several, and then I wanted to get the ones on the left hand side done there so that I could get the holes punched. So I got that finished, added that chipboard piece down, and I'm just continuing to build, added little bits of trim here and there as I went, and just kind of took my time. One of the things I did with the transparencies, in the left hand side where the holes are and on the top, which I haven't done yet, is I used the double-sided sticky tape to help adhere them down. It does go through pretty clear, but I didn't want to staple them and I didn't have any other embellishments to put them down with, so that was my best bet. For the one that has the 14, I just was able to use the numbers to hide the adhesive, so I didn't need to do the same bit there. So one of the only other things that I really do is add the chipboard pieces. I add the Let's Party plastic piece to one of the photos. I have one of the Santa chipboard pieces. I can't remember if they're an add-on or a main kit, but that gets added. I'm trying to think of what else. I add that star, and I dug out some puffy sticker stars from the 2021 star mini kit, because I wanted to add something to that black and gold star, but I didn't want it to be completely bare, but I didn't know what else to add embellishment wise. As I was digging through my stash, I needed something really small, so adding the puffy stickers worked out really perfectly. So then it gave me the idea to sprinkle a few around the page. So you'll see towards the end, I add a few to the joy tag. So I was really struggling with what to put there, and one just on one of the other ho 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 pieces, just to help place them in 3 different places around the layout. So there you can see I'm cutting out the double-sided sticky transparency there, and allows me just to position it down like a sticker. So I'll be leaving you with a live look in just a little bit here. I'm just finishing up a few details as we go along. Hope you're still enjoying watching my layouts. I'm really having fun creating. I'm trying to make sure that I'm using my favorite pieces now that I'm at least about halfway through, almost halfway through the project. I've got my notes written down for the different projects that I'll be doing, or at least themes every day, and what products I'm hoping to use. Okay, friends, I am all done. Really, really happy with how this came out. Love the balance. Got my group photo stuck to the back of this. I'm just going to set that aside since it's a bunch of strangers. But love this. So I had a hard time figuring out what to put here. I ended up just using a little bit of the photo that was cut off here. Just needed to fill something in. It's very small, so wasn't really worried about that. Ended up adding some gold puffy stars. These were from the 2021 star mini kit. So I added one to the center here, a couple here, and then a tiny little one over here just to help pull your eye around the page. And I did add ribbon, as you can see. I didn't do it on the transparency ones because those needed to be like kind of glued down, but I just did 3 different kinds twice. So pink, red and white striped, these like red glitter ones, and then the black glitter ones, just to add some fun. Really, really, really happy with how it came out though. I just love pages like this where you just kind of have to keep filling in until all the spots are filled, and you look for balance, just like the page 11 in my album, the frames. Just like with this page, like these kind of pages like really bring me a lot of joy. And I really love how I keep pulling this little bit of star transparency through the album as well as these like little stars. So just kind of helps pull it through. So I'm going to go ahead and get these put in the album and keep moving on to day 15. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.